All right, we have a new trade update around Lonzo Ball and the possibility of him being moved to the Los Angeles Lakers. This is your host, Rico Greenhowe, and you have found yourself on another episode of Bulls Digest. And so today we're looking at the most recent trade rumblings and rumors around Lonzo Ball, and this one comes from The Athletic. This is Jovan Buha, who writes for The Athletic, covers the Los Angeles Lakers, and he is saying that maybe Lonzo Ball might be a player that is on the Lakers' radar. And so to go and find out exactly what he had to say, you can go check this out on sportsillustrated.com under this title. And to put this all into full context, he is actually on a podcast called Hoops Tonight. He was asked about, who the Lakers might be interested in or taking a swing on. And this is when he was talking about Lonzo Ball possibly being on the Los Angeles Lakers radar. And so this is what he had to say. Just going ahead and paraphrasing, he's talking about the fact that it is going to depend on the asking price. Is it 1 second rounder? Is it going to be 2 second rounders? And so that could be something that the Lakers might be looking at. And then he also said too that Lonzo really checks a lot of boxes here for maybe something the Los Angeles Lakers want, talking about how he is bulked up in his career, how he could guard 1 to 3. And then he also talks about how offensively, how he would fit, being a playmaker, being a ball handler with that second unit, and just obviously being an impact as a shooter as well. And so, I think that when you look at the fit and going to the Los Angeles Lakers, and does it make sense? I think that honestly, Lonzo makes sense really anywhere, because the way that he plays the game, his basketball IQ, I think that you see it on a night-to-night basis that he can help any team offensively, defensively as well. You know that he can knock down the three-point shot. That's something that he's definitely worked at, and I think it's something that he's really starting to get back into rhythm at, coming back from that wrist injury. And then defensively, I've loved it. I mean, I love the fact that he knows exactly where to be. He understands when to double. He understands when to go after the steal when the offensive player turns their back and things like that. And so his ability to be active, create steals, create different more possessions for your team. And so, yeah, that's a win-win. So if the Lakers wanted him, I think it works. And also, too, based off maybe the style that they play, I think maybe they could work a little inside-out game with that. Obviously, with AD and LeBron, you kick out, and then you have Lonzo Ball. So I think that works there. From a veteran standpoint, maybe that's something that they are looking for with Lonzo Ball. You certainly get that. And also, too, it's an expiring contract. It's at $21.3 million, so not bad there. And so if the Lakers are willing to take the chance, they do have the draft capital that the Bulls might look for, because we did hear, the trade rumors and speculations. This is all trade rumors and things like that. But we had heard that maybe second round picks are what the Chicago Bulls are looking for. And so, shifting focus and looking at the Chicago Bulls, it makes sense because of that. If they're wanting second round picks, you get that with the Lakers. And the Lakers have 2025 second round picks to offer. And so, if you're going to go ahead and say, okay, if we give up our draft pick in this 2025 draft and we at least get some second round picks back, you could take advantage of that. Or you might want to package those up, maybe move those, and maybe you can get to the bottom of the first round. Who knows? Just saying, that is maybe something that the Chicago Bulls could do. Either way, it gives you some immediate draft capital for a loaded draft class. And so that's number one. I think it checks the box there. And number two, for the Chicago Bulls, it really, I think, allows them more just as far as just what they're going to do with their direction. Because I think certainly if you move off of Lonzo, that is going to force you to go a little bit more with your youth movement. You're going to have to trust, some of these younger guys to play some big minutes for you. And I think that means that you're invested a lot more into your youth movement if you do move off of Lonzo Ball. So that's number two. And then number three, I think that if you are moving Lonzo, it most certainly is probably going to be around a player, or the trade would have to center around a player like Hachimura. I think that if the Lakers are going to make any move, regardless if it's Lonzo or any other player, they're going to have to come off of Hachimura. I think with his $17 million contract, it's a contract that I think it gets you partially the way there for Lonzo, and it's probably going to get you partially the way there for a lot of different players maybe that they might be looking at, especially around this price range. And so I would take him. I think that with Hachimura, he actually does fit what you might want to do with your youth movement. He does have 2 years at $17 million, but he's averaging 12.2 points a game. He's getting 5.2 rebounds a game, 1.2 assists a game, 49.1% from the field, and he's also shooting 41.1 from three. And so look pretty steady across the board. He did shoot the ball a little bit better the year before. But, you put him maybe over to the Chicago Bulls in that system. You get a wing. He's athletic. He will defend. He's going to get up the court. He can knock down the three-point shot, and perhaps maybe he would thrive. And so I definitely could see, maybe that being a situation where it works out with the Chicago Bulls. And I think that it's just an added bonus if you're able to also too get a couple second round picks in the deal. I think that that's a win-win for the Chicago Bulls there. And with Hachimura, look, he's up in blocks. He's also up in assists. He's up in rebounds as well. And I think that maybe, a change in scenery and getting to Chicago, maybe that's something that does work out once again. And also too, he's got a contract that I think is not only is it movable, but I think it's also a favorable contract, like a contract that if you wanted to flip him, I don't think that you have to attach assets to Hachimura as well. So that's another plus, I think, for the Chicago Bulls. If they wanted to move on with 2 years left, whatever time they would get him, if they were to do something here in this season, you only have, a year left on that contract, and that's very movable. And so, anyway, let me know in the comments what you think here. Do you think that, yes, the Chicago Bulls should, in fact, maybe explore a trade for Lonzo Ball like this? Do you think that maybe the Lakers and the Chicago Bulls should make a trade here? Do you think that, no, the Chicago Bulls should hold on to Lonzo Ball? I'd definitely love to hear what your thoughts are. And so, anyway, I want to thank everybody out there for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the content. It means a lot to us here at Bulls Digest. We try to reach our goal of 5,000 subscribers by the end of the NBA season out there. Make sure that you slam dunk on that subscribe button, as that is how we reach our subscriber count. And look, I think that the bottom line is this. The Chicago Bulls have to ask themselves, do they feel like they're going to bring Lonzo Ball back? If you feel like you can bring Lonzo Ball back on a team-friendly deal, then I think that you go ahead and you can keep him that way. That's if you think that he's going to come back or you want to re-sign him on a team-friendly deal, because I think, quite frankly, Lonzo Ball he does help your team. I don't care if he's coming off the bench or if he's in the starting lineup. I think he helps. And then just if you don't think that you're going to hold on to him, you think that, there's the possibility that he's going to leave in free agency, you probably should go ahead and maximize what you can get now, because if not, you're going to run into the same situation that you had with Andre Drummond, meaning that you would have some offers and you didn't move on it. Next thing you know, Lonzo ends up leaving for the Lakers and just signs in the offseason, and you don't get any draft capital. But once again, this is speculation. He was asked, hey, who might the Lakers maybe take a chance on, or who's on the radar? And so we don't know exactly what will happen. But anyway, let me know in the comments. This is your host, Rico Greenhowe. And as we always say, go Bulls. I will see you in the next one. Peace.